Hi everyone, I'm Anna, Operations and Customer Success Manager at Aero NextGen, and welcome to the Meet the Founder. This is the first episode of a new series where we'll be sitting down with founders across aviation's technology to talk about their journey and the problems that they've seen in the industry and what they're building to move forward. So for those who don't know, Air Exchange connects aviations and MRO teams with the right decision digital solutions, helping them navigate software selections and digital transformation in a more practical way. To kick things off, we are starting with Iron Action itself, and I'm joined today by our founder and CEO, Monica Badra. Hi, Monica. Thank you so much for being here.
Hi, Via. I'm excited for this.
Monica, for people who don't know you yet, can you share a little bit about your background and how you found yourself working in aviation and technology?
Sure. So, a bit about my background. I studied finance, but had absolutely nothing to do with the aviation space. But along the way, I joined a co-op program with my university, which put me in Bombardier. So, it's one of the biggest airframers here, Canadian based. And with Bombardier, we ended up doing a whole business transformation along with a uh, very popular consulting firm. We doubled the EBIT of the business jet sector. And then after that, I joined AJ Walters, which is a $500 million parts trading business in the UK. They also have a component repair facility here in Montreal. I led their business transformation, and then I later led their digital transformation. And through that process, we found that we were building a lot of in-house solutions because we didn't know about the different technology and services that existed in the market. So that's how we came up with Aero NextGen.
It's an interesting journey. And at what point in your career did you realize there was a gap in how aviation companies discover and promote technology? And what made you decide to do something about it?
So I think it started when I was working at Bombardier, but really when it was super prevalent is when I led the digital transformation at AJ Walters. As part of the whole business transformation, we collected a series of 150 plus pain points that the business was facing, which every single MRO that I've worked with since then has the exact same pain points. And instead of finding solutions that existed on the market, we couldn't find any other than the top 10 ERPs, which everyone knows about, the IFS, AMOS, Quantums of the world. So we ended up building in-house solutions. And after a few years, we found that there were a bunch that existed on the market. So that's really why I ended up building the solution finder of Aero NextGen.
That's nice. And how did this experience shape the vision for our next gen? And what did you want this platform to do differently from everything else that existed?
So the platforms that exist today are really, there's a lot of marketplaces that exist. There are media houses. There are rating platforms like Capterra. And the main feedback that I got from vendors selling into the aviation space is that although they are getting some sort of visibility from these platforms, they're lacking real concrete leads that are coming from them. So aviation companies actively looking to implement new software or solve a specific pain point in their business. One, for them is difficult to find what exists on the market, or even if it's not within the aviation space, there are a lot of very strong technology that exists that are industry agnostic that could also solve pain points in the aviation space. So that's one, the visibility to the aviation prospect. But then on the vendor side is their ability to actually receive leads that are of companies that are looking to actually implement solutions.
That's nice. And for someone hearing about your next gen for the first time, how would you describe what you're building and why it matters to the industry?
So what we've built, the Solution Finder, is basically a quiz that any aviation company who is looking to solve a pain point within their business or looking to make a switch in the ERP or whatever CMMS, maintenance and engineering software that they're using, or even looking for services that could be consulting services and so on. Whatever it is that the pain point they have, they could go and run a quick quiz. The quiz is basically identifying the profile of your type of business, and at the end of the quiz, they receive a free shortlist of all the vendors that have solutions or services that are purpose built for their type of environment. So as we found out throughout the way, airlines operate very differently than component repair facilities that operate very differently than engine repair facilities, than distributors, parts traders, and so on. So this survey helps them filter through all of the noise and really identify the solutions that are purpose built for them.
Okay. And looking ahead, what excites you most about where next gen could go in the next few years?
So we follow the motto of strategize, optimize, digitize. Last year, we launched the solution finder during MRO Americas in April. We spent the next couple of months collecting customer feedback from both the aviation side as well as the vendor side. And now this year is really starting to implement all the ways to optimize the business, all of the ways to enhance the value from both the aviation and the vendor side. So this is mostly a year of just taking it to the next level and adding more value for both sides of both channels.
Yes. And before we wrap up, is there anything else you'd like to add or share with the audience?
So one thing that I'd like to say before we wrap up, or two things actually. One, for aviation companies that are looking to implement new solutions, this is 100% free for you. Go onto our platform, run the free quiz to receive the shortlist. And on the flip side, for vendors, if you're looking for a marketing engine that are going to deliver real concrete leads of aviation companies that are actively looking to make a switch or implement new solutions, contact us, get on a call with me, and I will present you the platform.
Thank you so much, Monica, for sharing your journey and the story behind Aero NextGen. And thank you to everyone for joining us for this first episode of Meet the Founder. If you'd like to learn more about Aero NextGen or follow along as we continue this series, make sure to follow us here. And if you're interested in connecting, exploring solutions, or starting a conversation with us, we'll share the link to get in touch in the comments. Thanks again, and I'll see you in the next